Leaders, slow is the new fast. Yes, slow is the new fast. Hi, I'm Tim Allston. Welcome to the 10 Commandments of Leadership podcast for this Tuesday. This is where we educate, equip, and empower emerging leaders with God-thought leadership, and we present current events and newsmakers in the light of best practices from the Bible. Did you know that slow is the new fast? Yeah. In a world that measures success by how much we do and how quickly we do it, we've lost sight of a counterintuitive truth. Sometimes slowing down allows us to go farther, smarter, and stronger. On September 10, 2025, Fast Company magazine published an article entitled, "Slow is the New Fast." And here's what it said. This isn't about moving slowly for its own sake. It's about moving at the speed of insight rather than the speed of anxiety. Rest, the article continued, isn't only about physical recovery. Its purpose is cognitive and emotional renewal, which is the space where your subconscious continues to process complex challenges while your conscious mind recuperates. What leaders once intuitively understood is now being rediscovered in the boardrooms of modern business. Strategic pauses produce better decision-making, creativity, resilience, and leadership presence. We see this principle play out in places we may not even notice. In higher education, for example, tenured faculty are granted extended time away from regular academic duties, sometimes 6 months or even a full year, for research, restoration, and renewal. This time-honored tradition is called a sabbatical, which is literally a season, a strategic pause of deliberate rest, so the scholar can return to work refreshed and more effective. And then there's preschool. As children in pre-K, we all learn the value of rest. After playing hard and studying our letters and our numbers, we were required to lie down for a nap. This was a built-in strategic pause in our day that gave our young minds and bodies renewal before moving on. And then there's country living. Even farmland itself models this wisdom. Living in the country, my wife and I see the fields across from our home planted with corn, soybeans, and other crops. After harvesting this corn this fall, for example, that ground was left to rest and be rotated, a necessary strategic pause so it doesn't burn out from producing the same crop over and over again. Farmers call this crop rotation, but the principle applies also to us. Without strategic rest, soil or the soul is depleted. What could happen when we stop insisting that rest must be earned and start treating that strategic pause as a leadership requirement? What kind of leaders, organizations, and communities might flourish if we honored both work and renewal? Perhaps the most radical leadership act today is not doing more, but knowing when to stop and breathe. And remember, thank you for joining us this afternoon. And if this message is becoming to you, then you should be coming to us. And if you like what you're hearing, then hit the like button, the share button, or the subscribe button. And we'll look to see you tomorrow. First of all, for Tim Allston's Leadership Nuggets, educating, equipping, and empowering emerging leaders to manage ego problems in 60 seconds. And that's weekdays at 7 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m., as well as this 10 Commandments of Leadership podcast, weekdays at 4 p.m. Central Time. And all of these are available on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.